What's this? Tombstone.
I did what you asked.
And you didn't faint while doing it. I'm pleased, Henry. I had to pour a whole Lethean potion into you last night. That's what I call medicine. It can either put a dead man back on his feet, or make sure he never gets up again. So consider yourself lucky.
I will. But what about Capon?
Well, he's less lucky. That brute really knocked him about before Hans beat the life out of him.
Is there any way I can help? I owe it to Capon, and I want to do whatever I can.
You owe him, all right. I've got a bit of that Lethean potion left. It ought to work wonders on him, same as on you. But I can't just give it to him now. First, we have to deal with that fever. The best and fastest remedy for that is chamomile decoction. Luckily, it ain't too hard to brew, but we'll need some fresh sage for it. And, of course, chamomile. You ought to be able to manage that. You've got young legs and eyes, and I reckon a bit of a stroll would do you good.
Easy as pie. I can do that. Ma used to put sage in sauces and served it with meat. I'll check the kitchen.
Christ wounds! Try thinking with your head and not your stomach. We need freshly picked sage, not some dried herb, so listen up. Sage has a purple blossom, and chamomile has white petals with a yellow center. At the back of the hut, there's a footpath leading up to the rocks. You go along there till you reach a sort of small meadow. You ought to find both of them there.
Great. I'll be back in a jiffy with a couple of handfuls.
All right. I'll be glad if you get back here soon. I don't feel right being here with that corpse in my yard. Seeing him lying there gives me chills. I can't think straight.
I understand. It makes me anxious, too. Maybe I could manage to bury him somewhere. Or at least hide him somewhere further off in the woods.
The Lord be praised. I'd be truly glad of that. Do you feel up to it, laddie? You ain't in the best of shape, and digging a grave's a tough job, even for a healthy fella.
Not to worry. I'll see what I can manage. It's on account of us that he's here, anyway. I wouldn't want you to have any more trouble. And a bit of effort, even if it's a dirty job, is the least I owe you.
Well, if you think you can manage it, good. But don't overstrain yourself. And thanks.
Where should I put him?
Grab the spade by the dung pile and bury him by the creek. The soil will be softer there, so it should be easier. When you head out the gate, follow your nose. Find a good spot somewhere in the reeds and nettles. And when you're done with that, better have a wash, so's you don't have the stench of death on you.
True. I'll bear that in mind.
I'll sort out the rest with Ignatius, the gravedigger, when he comes by again, so's I don't have that wretch lying here till Judgment Day.
All right. I'll get to it. Shit! Shoulder. Oh, this bastard's hard work. He can't be in the ground soon enough. I should eat something. Damn, my shoulder still hurts like hell. Maybe now it'll tell me when it's gonna rain. Purple flower, sage. There we go. That's it. Chamomile. Right, I've got all the herbs I need. So back to Bajena on the double. The sooner Hans gets that remedy, the better. What's that dog making such a fuss about? Could something have happened at Bajena's?
There we go. This game, I'm definitely gonna save scum. Another pee. Doctor. Oh. I just posted a video on my YouTube and stuff because the other day when PlayStation was down, I played Witcher and I encountered, you know, one of those kids that like to do the shoe shining and stuff. And we knew he had a regular customer that we wanted to talk to. And so we explained, I went over to him and like, first off, I want to preface that like this kid was being threatened by like 3 or 4 full-grown men when I got there because apparently he has been pouring shit buckets in making like sludgy mud outside of like people's places and things. So they have to go get their shoes cleaned. Yep. I know. But I didn't know.
These shoes are worth more than your life.
I didn't know that, so I was like, get out of the way. I need to talk to this child. You're impeding my investigation. Like, and they're just like, this kid's doing, and so I'm just like, either way, like, get the fuck out of my way. And then they wanted to fight, and so like I beat the shit out of them. And then some officer came, was like, "What's this?" It's like, these fuckers are impeding my investigation under the from the official orders of the Duchess. And they're like, "All right, a day in the clink should clear them up then." And then I get over, and the kid's like, "Oh, kid," he's like, "Oh, sir, we would be a great duo." And I'm like, "A duo?" Question mark is one of the dialogues. And he's like, "Yeah, I can go and get the chamber pot." And so he basically admits to doing what he did. And then you can, take care. And he's like, "I'll even split the profits with you." And I'm just like, and my Witcher character's like, "So the part about the mud was true, huh? No wonder they wanted to box your ears." And I was just laughing. And so then he was like, "Please, sir, sit down while we talk. And least I could do, I could clean your shoes." He's like, looks down, my shoes are already clean. He's like, "Well, what I always say, shoes aren't clean till they leave my stand." And so I sit up top.
That little monster will go far in life or die at a young age.
And so I start telling him about the person I'm looking for, and he's all like, "Yeah, there's definitely a bell." He's like, "I think some money."
Saved his life, but now he's trying to just kill it.
And so my only options were I don't have any of my Jedi mind tricks because I didn't use it on this playthrough, so I can't just like delusion and tell him to like, "No, you don't need that."
Yeah.
So my only other choice was to negotiate, like haggle with him. And so he was like, "Well, how much, kid?" And he's like, 500 crowns. I'm like, "You want 500 fucking gold, you son of a bitch?" And so
Buy this whole town,
even the Witcher was like, "Well, what do you want?" I'm like, "Well, that's easy, sir." He's like, "I'll renovate my little stand a little bit, get a nice sign." He's like, "Then I'm gonna."
You could do that with 5 silver.
Well, but it was funny. He was like, "Then I want to like go and get an ins with like the laundromat, local laundromat, so I can get wash bin water and stuff like that for free, as well as other things." And yeah, I was just like, and the Witch was like, "Oh, you actually got it all figured out." He's like, "Well, I would think so, sir." He's like, "All I need is the capital," and so I am just like.
Kill him.
So I haggle real low. I start off with like 350 because he wanted like 500, right? And the thing is though, again prefacing, so as soon as you get the first negotiating price, there's an annoyance bar under there, basically insinuating that if you fuck this up, you could not get the information. And so I was like, and in this one, you can't just kill NPCs either. You can't just like threaten him and be like, "I'll beat the shit out if you don't give me information." At least not the child. So I'm like, so I negotiated. I was like 350, and the annoyance bar went to like 75% right off the bat. He was just like, "That's not even worth the spit it takes to talk about it." I'm just like,
that whole encounter now would irritate me mechanically from
Yeah.
a gameplay perspective because you're already like.
But at the same time, I could have.
Threaten the kid, really? I can't.
But like I said, it's probably my fault because I chose to beat up the dudes. There probably was an option I could have let the dudes beat
them.
them.
Explain. You could have been like,
"All right, well, kid, if you want me to get rid of him, I can." So then that would have been my end. But
or even you let him whoop the kid's ass. One of them might very well know what you needed to know.
Yep. So.
I mean, I get it. It's just like for a minute you get there, I'm like, oh.
Yep.
Like I can't. Very first D&D campaign I ever played, right?
Yeah.
Like the very first time, it was a fighter mage. This is a long story, so you don't have to worry.
No, I was just making sure that I'm the stream's up, so I'm making sure nobody came in.
Yeah, fighter mage. You need a spell book. Like this is the old days, spell books, components, and whatnot. So, kid, like, who's just a little punk ass thief, little elven kid in some city. Kid manages to successfully steal my spell book. Then I go to chase him, and apparently he's like the flunky of some like larger little local crime boss. So this is a low level fucking character back in
Yeah, exactly.
In second ed days. So I proceeded actually before I even found out he was mobbed up, I actually did track the kid down. But again, this was the old school rules, D&D rules and what have you. And this little third level fucking he's a rogue kid. He kicked my ass, stole the spell book, and then was mobbed up, so I couldn't do anything about it. like a few levels later, I came back and I burned that city to the ground.
Yep.
Like
You're just like, nope, that's not how it works.
Yeah, but that was more out of spite at the DM.
No, of course.
This was like my first time playing.
And he was, it's just like, I feel like it was attack to you.
Yep. So like the minute I could have raged to fuck up his plans and his things and whatnot, I did.
So after I did the 350, I was like, all right, well, what about 420? And the annoyance bar didn't go up, but because it was like right there, and he was like, yeah, that's pretty
You
good.
paid him 500, didn't you?
No, I paid him 440, so I only literally saved $60.
I know. I had a feeling that you might have ended up.
And so that interaction, I was just like, fuck me, I just got swindled by a child.
You did. And that was why I was like, just from the outset when you're telling me the story, it rubbed me the wrong way. I'm like, yeah.
And so I saved real quick saved the recording to the computer and pulled that, and then instead of starting the video with my gurgle bong sound and the emblem, I just went right into the video and had it just do the 3 minutes of the cutscene and have me be swindled, and then me end like, fuck, I just got swindled by a child. I only lowered it $60, and I'm just like, fuck, and I literally pause and like you put my head down like fuck, and then I cut to my logo and the girdle instead. I'm just like, to see how that works. And it's only like a 4-minute video instead of like my other ones, so maybe this will, get people's attention, or it'll be interesting enough that they'll watch the full 4 minutes. So I'm trying small videos, and then the next one I'm going to do is, it's going to be a longer one, but just because the new dungeon's out, and last night I ended up doing a full clear in one video, like in one stream, because I helped my buddy do it. So it gives me the capability. I was thinking I'd just record, and I'll just cut out all the failed attempts, and so that it'll just be the attempt that was success for the first, 1 second, and the third encounter, and then just put that up and put my Sunder Doctrine clear, Because even though it's not like a guide or anything, people might just look anyway, just be like, oh, okay, this guy clear. So
Looking for something that's related, it'll pop up.
Exactly.
Okay, I mean, well, that's what I was looking for, but I mean, they fast forward. Like, oh, it does, yep, see, it had that thing I need. Alright.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been there.
Let's see here.
I should have some weapon at hand, in case there's any foul play.
We're from Lord von Burgos, and we're looking for those murderers.
I know Lord Thorbergo's people. Never. He knew before.
Lord von Bergov is reinforcing his garrison on account of them renegades that are wandering around here. We're new.
All his people have weapon locks and shields with his colours.
For Christ's sake, woman, stop annoying me with your endless fucking questions. I'm the one asking the questions. And when I say we're from Bergov, then we're from...
What is the blood symbol? Does it just mean that I'm covered in blood? Can I wash it off?
Fucking Bergov! Tell me, how come there's all these bloody rags here, eh? Spit it out. The blood's not even dry.
I was treating two fellas from Sheleoth, what got badly beaten up in a brawl in the tavern there yesterday.
Now, isn't that a coincidence? Right at the time when we're looking for two battered murderers around here. Out with the truth, you old hag, or we'll torch the whole place under your feet.
I'm telling you the truth. I treated them and they went on their way. Go and ask in Sheleoth about them.
We'll see about that. Now move! I'll have a look inside.
Best...
Hey, you! What do you want? Lord von Bergov sent us to find the renegades who ambushed some knights' company down by the pond yesterday. A couple of them fled and are hiding out here in the rocks. So tell me who you are and what you know about it.
I'm Henry of Skalitz. I'm accompanying Sir Hans Capon on a mission to deliver an important letter to Lord von Bergov. We were the ones who were ambushed yesterday by the pond. And Sir Hans isn't fit to travel now. Please report to Trotsky that we'll come as soon as we can. And have them send us horses and some clothing. And an escort would be good too.
Shit, how about that? I didn't expect you to fall for it so easily. We're not von Bergov's men, and we'll deal with him later. Like we did with you yesterday by the pond. But that's the least of your worries now. We'll take your Sir Hans with us. But we've no need of you. Farewell, Henry of Skalitz.
Hey,
This'll be quick, boy.
What are you...
This'll be quick, boy.
Dude. It's equipped. How do I pull it out?
Show what you're made of.
So, from a stash.
Seems Bujana isn't some quack. She's got a damn good setup here. Did they hurt you?
No, but I think they would have if you hadn't come along.
Sorry. I reckon it was one of those who followed us yesterday.
Look here. I almost got slaughtered twice in one day on account of you two. God be praised that my Pavlena wasn't here. Heaven knows what they'd have done to her. So, I'd like to know why all this is happening. Your friend was talking in a delirium in the night, saying you was knights. But if you two are knights, then I'm the Queen of Sheba.
Well, I must bow to your ladyship. Sir Hans is the young lord of Leiper and Perkstein. I'm Henry of Skalitz, son of Sir Radzig Kobyla, and I'm his bodyguard. We were heading to Trotsky to deliver a message from Sir Hanish of Leiper and Margrave Jobst to Lord Bombergov. But we were ambushed by bandits yesterday down by the pond, and You already know the rest. And as God is my witness, we're no bandits. I swear to you, I'm thankful to you for saving us. And I'm sorry it caused you trouble.
Well, you sound sincere, so I'll take your word for it. I hope I won't live to regret it.
You won't. I promise you.
Promises are made to be broken, but thank you for dealing with them.
Sure. No need for thanks. What about Sir Hans? How's he doing?
He's holding up, I'd say. I treated his wounds, and I'll change his bandages shortly. But what he needs most now is that remedy. Have you got everything for it?
Here. Chamomile and sage, like you said.
Excellent. Now to brew the potion from them. I gave you two the last of my supply during the night. But fresh is best anyways. It's a shame my daughter Pavlena ain't back yet. She'd get it done in a jiffy. But we'll just have to manage without her. But you can do it too. It ain't nothing hard. My eyes are so bad, it'd take me all day. But at least I can tell you how to go about it.
All right, I'll try. But I'm not sure how to do it.
I told you, I'll explain everything. I have a book here with the recipe, but it'll be better if I tell you. I know it by heart.
I can read as well as any man, if that's what you mean.
My word. Maybe you really are a noble son.
I'll take the book just in case, but if you give me some advice, I'd be grateful.
Of course. Everything we need is in the hut. Let's get to it. First, go to the recipe book. Now find the recipe for chamomile decoction and remember what you have to do. Then get back to the bench and we'll start.
I like the alchemy part. Yeah, I'm just learning it. Let's switch between recipes and the herbarium. Oh, that's cool. So yeah, actually, it like tells you about the herbs. Okay. So, add the chamomile and boil for one
If you've
turn.
read the recipe, get back to the bench.
Grind the sage and add it to the cauldron. Finally pour.
All right. First, you have to pour the right base into the cauldron. Choose the right pitcher from the shelf on the left, according to the recipe.
I want to say it was wine. Can you read again? We need wine, 2 handfuls of chamomile. Yeah? Okay. Okay. And
So,
then
what did you pour in there?
Wine, of course. Like it says in the book.
Glad to hear it. Now try moving the cauldron over the flame, so you know how it looks when it starts boiling a bit. Hear that bubbling? It's boiling. Remember that well. For most potions, you just have to simmer the herbs for a bit. But sometimes you need to get it good and hot. So you have to get the fire blazing under the cauldron using the bellows. Try fanning it with the bellows to get it boiling. It's boiling! To keep it going, you mustn't stop with the bellows. If you want to cool it down quick, take it off the flames. Try it. Move the cauldron up.
that's cool.
Good. Now we'll start with the brewing. Get all the herbs that you need ready. The ones you picked, put them there on the shelf, so you've got them at hand. All right, let's get to it. First, throw 2 handfuls of chamomile into the cauldron.
Okay, this is super dope. This alchemy is super fucking detailed.
Before you put it on the flame, turn the sand glass so you know how long you're brewing it. It's got to be exact. Every grain of sand counts. See? When the sand has flowed out, that's 1 turn. That's how long you have to boil the chamomile. Move the cauldron to the fire and wait until it starts
Yeah,
bubbling.
this is super sick.
Then turn the sand glass. As soon as the sand runs out, take the cauldron off the fire again. Ain't that enough? Take the cauldron off the flames.
Okay.
All right. Now, take 1 handful of sage, grind it with a mortar and pestle, and drop it in the cauldron. Have you ground it? Good. Now, drop it in the cauldron. You don't have to boil it anymore. All you have to do now is decant it. Get a phial and pour it in. Done. Now, let's see what you've brewed.
Very nice.
Here it is.
Ooh, by the smell of it, it's a chamomile decoction the way it should be.
Happy to help.
This should help Hans get better. I'll take care of it now.
All right. Is there anything else I can do to help?
I reckon you've done all you could. What you need now is a bit of rest. Go and get a good sleep. That works wonders.
When's the last time I ate something?
How long should I sleep? I mean, it says a good night's sleep. Should I just sleep?
And that'll give you strength. There's not much more I can do now. It's up to you and the Almighty.
It's a really weird clock. So like, the noon's over there. So like, this would be 5 in the morning.
A sword such as this will bring honor to its bearer.
True, Sir Radzik. If I'd have had it like back in Nicopolis, things would have worked out differently.
Where's my fucking sword?
And I found it. Everything I take now will be mine. And I plan to take everything.
Rot in hell!
Why would I miss one sword?
Because it's the last one my father forged, and I promised him I'd deliver it to you.
Stronger dog fucks the bitches. And war is a nasty business.
Where's my fucking sword?
You know what? I think I'll keep it. As a memento.
This isn't over. I'll find you!
Yeah!
Don't disappoint me.
Wake up, Henry. It's past sunrise. Hallelujah. I thought you'd never wake. Were you having a nightmare?
Bad dreams. You must be Pavlena, right?
That's right. I came in the evening while you were asleep. Ma told me what happened to you. Then I helped Ma take care of your friend that night?
Hans? He's alive. How is he?
Have no fear. He's alive, all right. Maybe too alive. Ma knows what she's doing, and that's the truth. I reckon she could bring the dead back to life. She said she dosed you with the strongest remedy she knows, and it looks like they did the trick. On that other fella for sure. Since he came to this morning, he hasn't stopped talking.
Yeah, that sounds like him, all right.
And what about you? How do you feel?
Definitely better than yesterday. Thanks.
That's good. Ma will be glad, but I heard you yelling in your sleep and went to check on you. Bad dreams?
I dreamt of Istvan Toth, a villainous, murderous whoreson who stole my sword. The last memento I had of my father, and I swore to get that sword back and avenge my parents.
Oh, that oath must be serious if it even torments you in your sleep. Dreams shouldn't be taken lightly. They can have real meaning, however hard they are to understand. What strikes you as the most important part of your dream?
The sword. The last thing Pa forged before they murdered him. It might sound strange, but I feel his soul won't find peace until that sword is back in our family.
It doesn't sound strange at all. And swords are a symbol of kings. It could mean power and responsibility. Or war and ruin. After all, a sword has two edges, and it depends who's wielding it.
Thanks, Pavlina. I never thought of looking at it like that. It's a lot to think about.
You're welcome. But remember, it's only my reading. The only one who can really understand you is you yourself.
I expect you're right. So in the end, all the hard work will be on me.
That's right.
But this is all too much heavy thinking at once. Right now, what I need more is a little sunshine and fresh air.
Aye, that's the best remedy for many ailments. And a full stomach will help too. Breakfast is on the table, and I've got something else for you too. Come along, and we must save Ma from the clutches of his lordship.
I have 12 available perk points. Jesus. I see. Interesting. Oh. Wait, so these ones mean I can't get them, and these ones I can? I see, you said the blind man.
Look who's finally up. Henry, come and join us. Good morning, Henry. You have no idea how glad I am to see you. Come join our banquet in the midst of these exquisite woods.
I'm glad to see you, too. I see you're in a surprisingly good mood for someone who was at death's door yesterday.
It's all the more cause for merrymaking. Even this water now tastes like the finest wine.
Of course. I did bring it all the way from the spring.
And for that, I am in your debt, fair maid. And I'm grateful to you too, Henry. Bojena told me what happened here yesterday. That's the 3rd time you've saved my life. I suppose I'll have to give you some estate or something.
The 3rd time? What in God's name happened the first 2 times?
Now, Henry, don't make her beg. Tell this good maiden of your heroic deeds.
Well, there was this time when me and Hans had some fisticuffs in the tavern, and for punishment, I had to accompany him on the hunt.
And I shot a boar.
And made it mad. And when Hans chased after the wounded animal, he got caught by a human patrol.
Humans?
They come from somewhere in Hungary. Sigismund brought them here to Bohemia as mercenaries. They're a very dangerous bunch.
I told you about them, though. The fellas in the tavern in Zheleyov were saying there's some foreigners like that camping in the rocks down by the pond.
What?
It's just what I heard.
Whoa, that's all we need. I hope they don't turn up here. What could us two do alone against them?
What could they want from us? But if they did come here to rob us, I'd shoot enough arrows into them to make them think twice. But the thing I want to know is, how did it end up with young Sir Hans?
Well, as I said, they took him captive.
Well, there must have been 10 of them. I hadn't a chance.
You must have been seeing double. As I recall, there were 2.
That just proves how well you can count. Besides, they were armed to the teeth and had bows and armor. It might as well have been 10.
Whatever. Anyway, with a bit of luck, I managed to free Sir Hans.
Why the modesty? You got them. Maybe a stroke of luck, but as we know, al dentes.
Fortuna juvat.
See now, you've finally learned it.
What?
It's just this kind of motto of ours. Fortune favors the bold.
Maybe...
God damn it. I have officially, even if I hate the entirety of this game, I am now in love with it. The entire time, the 2 guys have been, like the guy, your lord has been basically spouting an Italian motto, or a Latin motto, excuse me, and it's like Adentis Fortuna Juvat, right? And he just finally said what it was. And it's fortune favors the bold. That's just like, God damn it, Matt Damon! And so he's just like, oh, it's a little motto of ours. It means fortune favors the bold. But, so, no, but I just learned alchemy or whatever in this game, and it is crazy. Like you actually had like. You go up to the alchemy bench, you pull up the recipe book, and you actually have to read it. And it's like, all right, you need a liquid base of wine. You need to boil it for 1 turn, and then so like you actually had to grab the wine, put in the thing, move it down to the fire. You needed it boiling, so like use what are those things called? When the air things that you push into the use a bellow to blow air into the fire to get it boiling, and then you throw in the chamomile and let it boil for 1 turn, and then you take it up, and then you use a mortar and pestle to like actually grind up the another herb, and then you throw it in there, and that's your chamomile potion, and then you have to actually pour it into a vial and shit like that. It's pretty it's pretty cool.
I know, I was laughing at the, unfortunately, you salamander, not Eye of Newt. The potion came off a little off.
Yeah, a little off. Tries it. You are now dead. Ah! I should have. Ah!
Yep.
So that's why I was like, that's pretty funny. I like that.
Maybe they're really telling the truth about who they are. Who but a lord or a priest could know Latin? And priests they ain't. I can tell.
And as I recall, you already got a pony from Uncle Hanush as a reward for saving me. Your pebbles. So I'll save myself a few groschen.
Ah, but you never gave me anything for Talmberg.
For Talmberg? What was that about then?
The foe took the castle by subterfuge, and we planned a counterattack.
Under the cloak of darkness, we scaled the mighty walls of Talmberg Castle to get inside and open the portcullis to our brothers in arms who were poised and ready to attack.
And we almost succeeded. Only, along the way, Sir Hans here took an arrow to his noble seat.
Seat?
He got shot in the ass?
My upper thigh, actually.
Backside it was. But that's no joke either. It's not easy to run with an arrow stuck in your arse. If I hadn't carried him...
I admit it, you saved my arse.
Well, now, you two have been through a thing or two. As far as I can tell, it really was his backside and not his thigh. I examined Hans and saw the scar for myself. But I reckon you paid off part of your debt the other day, sir.
True enough. Hey, how did you manage to get the best of that cutthroat the other night when you hauled me here?
To be honest, by a stroke of luck. We were fighting outside, but that fucker got a hold of his falchion and let me have it in the guts. I thought I was done for. But I groped around and found a pail and whacked him with it with the last of my strength. And luckily I hit him a nice crack right on the noggin. Can't remember a thing after that.
My word. Fortune really does favour you. You chose your motto well.
Once we get back to Ratai, I'll have it inscribed on my shield.
Do tell. What else did the two of you encounter?
Quite a lot of things. But I'm afraid we don't have much time for storytelling right now. We came here on an important mission, and we cannot afford to dally any longer. We have to get to Trotsky as soon as we can. How far is it from here?
Not far.
Hey,
Once you
JG,
climb
what's
the
up,
hill
big bud?
above Shelios,
What's
you'll
up there,
see the
big
castle.
bud?
All right. I think we should get on our way as soon as possible.
I'll
I
prepare
put up a
little
new
food
YouTube
for
video.
you.
I'm still trying more at the whole editing thing. This one's a little shorter. It's only a 4-minute video of me getting absolutely swindled by a child on Witcher. I'm gonna try to throw up a video later tonight of my dungeon clear on Destiny, and then I'm going to what's it called? Attempt to try to make some videos from this game too, because this game's got
For
some
your
good
journey.
dialogue and some good content.
Bajena, I don't know how to thank you for all this.
Ah, but I do. Once we've settled our business with von Bergov, I shall reward you as befits a knight. You have my word of honor.
Now you've got me curious. I never got a knight's word before.
For a start, you can leave me that axe and spade. We can't manage without them.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, I'm trying.
And thanks for everything you've done, Bajena.
I have something for you, Henry. Ma had trouble because of you, but I know you didn't do it on purpose, and you protected her when she needed it. I want to thank you for that. Take this potion. It will help when you're in danger or don't know which way to turn. Have a little sip each time, and it'll save you a lot of trouble. You'll see. It's not all that hard to brew. With a bit of practice, you could manage it yourself.
Thanks, Pavlana. This'll come in handy.
No doubt. But we'd better get going now.
Hans is right. We're very glad we met you. And we're obliged to you for your help and hospitality. God bless you.
And you too, sirs.
As Henry says, may God bless you for your generosity and your healing arts. And you have rightfully earned the gratitude of the House of Lipa for all time. If you should ever find yourself in need... halls of Perkstein shall always be open.
Thank you, sir. Though, I'm not sure I could find the way to Perkstein.
Nothing against the hospitality of the good women folk here, but I want to get to Trotsky Castle right away.
Trying to really get my shit going. Deliverance.
Hold on a bit. Before we hit the road, there's something you should know. I have a hunch that one of that band that ambushed us at the pond was Istvan Toth.
Toth? Are you yanking my pizzle? He's long since over the hills and far away.
I know how it sounds, but I saw him, believe me. I'd never mistake his ugly face after all that happened.
Of course, Henry. I know you have accounts to settle with him, but that's nonsense. Toth is in Sigismund's service and is harassing his opponents. And Otto von Bergov is one of Sigismund's allies. So Toth's hardly going to attack his people. It was dark. God knows what you saw.
I saw him, the bastard, and I'll get him.
Yes. We'll surely get him one day. I promise you. And your sword, too. But I don't think either of them are around here. But I see you haven't wasted any time and found yourself a weapon to replace that sword. That's good. You never know when you might need it around here. Come on, let's get going. Your mind will turn to better things along the way.
Aw. She even gave us a little money too. You're too nice to us. You guys better not die so that we can pay you back later. You hear me? You goddamn hear me? Oh, sweet. So this must be officially getting out of the tutorial. Fucking goddamn dog.
Oh, I hope they've got a good physician at this castle. Or at least a barber. I mean, that old crone got me on my feet. But I don't believe much in herbal remedies. You can't beat an educated man of medicine.
And I can't wait to sleep in a proper bed.
And some wine!
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, it's closed.
Of course it's closed. Jesus fucking Christ.
Open up! I bear an urgent message for your liege lord. Hear me! Open the gate! I am a messenger from Sir Hanush of Lipa.
Fucking shit! Fuck! You fucking cunts! Do you know who I am?
No, we fucking don't. I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein.
I don't like Hans.
To Ratai.
He got pooped on.
Now, look here, you filthy beggar! I'm not here for your amusement, so get your stinking, ragged asses out of here on the double. The pair of you!
What's all this about? Why don't you send those beggars packing?
I did, sir. They say they're messengers. I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein. Envoy...
I heard. Nevertheless, I doubt Sir Hanush would send two vagabonds covered in excrement as emissaries. Apart from which, Sir Hans Capon is dead. We found his body by the pond. His company was ambushed by outlaws, and they were slaughtered to the last man.
Yes, they ambushed us, but we managed to get away.
Sir, we met your Captain Thomas on our way. He can testify to...
My appointment for next month with them. It's at 9 a.m. on the 10th.
9 a.m. on the 10th again?
Who we are?
Beautiful.
No, technically it was 9:15
Well, our
today.
message...
Oh, they'll call you at 9:45 then.
Terribly unfortunate
8:45.
you are. The captain's company was also ambushed by outlaws. The captain barely escaped with his life and has been delirious for 3 days. And even if he did confirm your story, I am under strict orders to admit no strangers to the castle.
Sir, there's a horseman approaching in King Sigismund's colours.
Ah, now that's what a messenger looks like. Count yourselves lucky that I don't have time to waste on you. Be gone!
I'm getting in, whether you like it or not.
Your shitty hands off me! No, wait. Wait, one moment!
What the fuck was that?
Honestly.
So now what?
There's only one thing we can do.
Have you two got any groschen?
What do you take me for, wench?
For someone who stinks like a badger.
Look, we've had a tough couple of days, so we'd like a bit of peace and quiet, a beer, and a bite to eat.
Unless you want to share a bowl of gruel, you're going to need more coin than this.
Just bring the best you have, and we'll settle later.
As the gentleman wishes.
Jesus.
Well, she's not far off. We look like a couple of beggars, and we stink even worse.
What the fuck was all that at the gate? You try to talk to them and get shit poured on your head.
Different lands, different customs.
God's holy britches.
I expect they've had trouble with beggars at the castle, so they act without thinking.
Oh, really? I'd never have figured that out. I'd rather hear some cunning plan how to get out of this shit. Huh?
And the first thing we have to do is get ourselves into decent shape. Have a good scrub, get some better clothes. Then they might believe we're actually messengers.
That's all very well, except we can't even pay our bill here. Never mind a visit to the baths and the tailor.
So we'll earn some.
Earn?
I'm not afraid of work. And we're gonna need every groschen we can get.
And how long will it take for you to earn a few groschen? And where will you find a decent tailor? Before we get ourselves sorted out, Sigismund will be sitting on the throne in Prague.
So what do you suggest? Going back to Rattay?
To Rattay? You just don't get it, do you? We can't go crawling back like this. We'd be a laughing stock.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. We'd be taken for total idiots.
Well, you could shrug that off. But me, we've got no message, no coin, nothing but our ragged arses.
Chin up. We'll sort it out somehow, and everything will be fine again.
Nothing will be fine, my friend. I'll tell you 4 reasons why. Oates, Tankard, Conrad, and Nicholas. Instead of sitting here with us, having a chat and a laugh, they're just food for crows in some
I hate him because he blames you for everything. God damn it.
We'll go back and bury them as soon as we can.
Yeah, as soon as possible. They were good Christians, even though it didn't always seem that way.
We'll keep the promise we made at Bajena's. The best way to honor their memory is to finish our mission. We'll get inside the castle. You'll see. We'll avenge our lads and go back to Rattay with our heads held high. I promise you that.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Fortune favors the bold! Matt Damon!
Food. About bloody time.
Here we are. Gentlemen.
What is this stuff?
Hey, there's meat in that. And there's more than you gave me coin for. When you're finished, report for work.
Cheers.
Oh my.
What is it? It's that woman from the pond.
Or the one you gave us away for? there, that witch. Wench!
What I tell you? Christ. What are you waiting for? She can vouch for who we are. Go to her.
God be with you. A full pitcher of wine, please.
My word, that's a picture and a half. I ain't seen you here before. Who sent you? Not them nomad vagabonds, I hope.
Don't worry. I've come from the castle. I'm Catherine, and I've got the lovely job of keeping the soldiers' throats wet.
Well, that's gross.
That's another matter, then. Oh, my. Ugh. Can you smell that, too?
Oof. It stinks like something died here.
Just a heads up that it was 121.
You're the one from that
I know.
pond.
I'm waiting for Katie to get
Jesus, fella. That's a bit much.
Hey, youngster, if you want to go around mixing with my guests here, go and wash the stench off yourself at the trough first. Stinking up my establishment.
Them nomads is an acrobat that does all kinds of tricks.
Oh? Oh, hi. Poor Captain Thomas might never get back on his feet.
Alright, save and exit. Alright, I hope you have a good day at work, Hector. I assume that's what you're doing. And I will be back on soon. I have a doctor